I am going to review this book here called Cybernetics. Psycho means mind and cybernetics means steering wheel, mind wheel. How our mind controls our life. That is the meaning of this book. It is a classic book written by a plastic surgeon. Why he wrote this book? Because he was curing a lot of deformations. Some people had big nose, big ears, and those people came to him saying these defects hurt their self-confidence, their image. But he observed that in many cases, even after correcting them, even after making them so beautiful or so different than what they were before, these people remained same. A lot of them, there was no change in them even after doing that. But in some cases, people completely transformed. It pushed him to write this book, and this book became a super hit. A lot of people, thousands, have already claimed that this is the book that changed their life. I decided to read this book, but before reading this book, I went through two classic books. One is As a Man Thinketh. It is a short read, a very dense read. Another one is How to Live on 24 Hours a Day. That is not a complete read because a lot of things are outdated. In the book How to Live on 24 Hours a Day, the best message I got is our mental faculties, like our brain and mind, they never get tired. They are always busy. All they need is some sleep and some variety. It is a limitless thing. About the other book, As a Man Thinketh, he said, you are what you think. Back to the book called Cybernetics. This is a very long read, and a lot of things in this book are not a read. Like a lot of chapters are talking about goals, salespeople, and I think they can be skipped. Here are the core messages that I got from this book. Your self-image, what you are deep inside, is the key to your personality. It decides whether you have a great life or you have a bad life. Your self-image sets the boundaries of your accomplishments. It defines what you can and what you cannot do. Expand this self-image and you expand the limits of what is possible. To live the best life, you have to work on your self-image deep inside what you are. Everything bends to that picture inside. A lot of people have tried motivation, working hard, discipline, willpower, but they always fail because their self-image is different. What they are trying to do, trying to become is not what they are deep inside. First, they have to accept that and change that. Then only those things will come natural. Otherwise, there will always be some friction, and that friction will lead to more problems and people will come back to their default state. You act and feel not according to what things really are. It is according to the image that is in your mind. For someone, a sunset can be an amazing scenery, but for another person can be the end of a day. The world you fight with is not the real world. It is a picture of the world that you carry in the mind that is doing all the things. Our nervous system cannot tell the difference between a real experience and an imagined experience, and sometimes that can be a power. That is the reason if we fear going onto the stage, if we have the fear, if we carry that fear in the heart, then that will be seen there. If that is absent, in that case you will be just natural. Overthinking is the enemy. When one overthinks about a thing, then you are actually jamming the system. You are jamming that automatic mechanism that is present in us. Let it work. You make mistakes. Mistakes do not make. Let me simplify it. Error is a feedback. Negative doesn't mean bad, not the identity. When we fire a missile, it gives a signal back that is called servo mechanism. If a missile is not going on the right track, then it will send a signal back and the system will correct it again. If it is going extreme right, then it will take to the left as needed. It will keep on changing the track or steering until it hits the target. So that mistake was not bad. Actually, that gave a feedback